The United States has recently escalated its military operations in Yemen by deploying B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to Diego Garcia, a strategic base in the Indian Ocean. This move aims to enhance the U.S. capacity to conduct precision strikes against Iran-backed Houthi rebels. The B-2 bombers are equipped with bunker-buster GBU-57 bombs, designed to penetrate and destroy fortified underground facilities used by the Houthis to store weapons. In a significant operation, U.S. B-2 bombers targeted multiple underground weapons storage sites in Houthi-controlled regions of Yemen. These precision strikes aimed to degrade the Houthis' capability to launch attacks on civilian and military vessels in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Defense Secretary. This military escalation occurs amidst heightened tensions in the Middle East, particularly concerning Iran's nuclear ambitions and its support for proxy groups like the Houthis. The deployment of B-2 bombers and the subsequent strikes serve as a strategic message to Iran, underscoring the U.S. readiness to counteract destabilizing activities in the region. The U.S. has conducted over 200 airstrikes targeting Houthi positions, with reports indicating significant casualties. These operations are part of a broader effort to safeguard international shipping lanes and deter further aggression. The U.S. conducted 22 airstrikes in a single night against Houthi targets in Yemen, one of the most intense waves since the conflict escalated. These strikes focused on underground weapons depots and missile storage facilities, believed to be used for attacks on shipping in the Red Sea. As part this surge, the U.S. rushed additional ammunition to support B-2 Spirit stealth bombers stationed at Diego Garcia, a remote U.S. military base in the Indian Ocean. Why B-2 bombers? B-2s are advanced stealth bombers capable of evading radar and carrying bunker-busting bombs, GBU-57s, ideal for hitting deep underground bunkers. Their deployment to Diego Garcia puts Iran and Yemen within striking distance, sending a strong strategic message. Why now? The attacks come amid ongoing Houthi assaults on commercial and military vessels in the Red Sea. Also seen as a signal to Iran, which supports the Houthis and has been increasingly active in the region. The timing coincides with U.S.-Iran nuclear tensions and proxy escalations across the Middle East. Implications. This could lead to further regional instability, especially if Iran responds or escalates. Shows U.S. willingness to use long-range strategic bombers in active combat operations, something rarely done in recent years. The logistics involved, moving weapons and supplies to a remote base, underline the seriousness of U.S. intent. Deployment and strategic use of B-2 bombers. The United States has strategically deployed B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to Diego Garcia, a British Indian Ocean territory, positioning them approximately 2,400 miles from Iran. This move is part of a broader strategy to project power and readiness in the region amid escalating tensions with Iran and its proxy groups. New York Post details of the airstrikes. In a significant operation, U.S. B-2 bombers conducted precision strikes against Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. The targets included hardened underground weapons storage facilities housing. The targets included hardened underground weapons storage facilities housing missiles and other munitions used to attack civilian and military vessels in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin emphasized that these strikes demonstrate the U.S. capability to target facilities that adversaries attempt to keep out of reach, regardless of their depth or fortification. BCC News Voice of America +2 Military Times +2 BBC News +2 Iran's position and regional implications. Facing increasing pressure from U.S. military actions and diplomatic efforts, Iran appears to be recalibrating its support for the Houthi rebels. Reports suggest that Tehran is distancing itself from the Houthis to focus on preparing for potential direct confrontations with the U.S. and its allies. This shift indicates Iran's strategic reassessment in light of the heightened military presence and actions by the U.S. in the region. Potential impact on global trade. The Houthi attacks on vessels in the Red Sea have significantly disrupted one of the world's critical maritime routes, through which approximately 15% of global trade passes. The U.S. military operations aim to neutralize the Houthi threat and ensure the safe passage of international shipping, thereby stabilizing global trade flows.